You know, we've all kind of weathered the COVID storm, as you know quite well. Schools, both elementary, high school, and colleges were very much impacted this last year as COVID kind of shut everything down, and they went very much to virtual learning. Well, up at Cleveland State, they are so ready to have the kids back on campus. They've opened up a new health and science center. Dr. Bill Seymour, the president up there at Cleveland State Community College, just put his hard hat on. Good to see you this morning.
Good morning. Glad to be back.
Congratulations to you, because you and I have chatted a few times over the course of this year, and you always, as I remember it, were having the students on campus if they so chose, but you also had the virtual option. Did you ever dream a year ago that you'd be back on talking about this new grand opening of this Health and Science Center?
Well, actually, yes, because we've been working on this for a very long time. These buildings just don't pop up. There's lots of planning, fundraising, negotiating with the state of Tennessee. And so it's been about 18 months in terms of the construction project. So yes, we're very ready to open this building. And we've got a grand opening coming up on March 5th. Unfortunately, due to COVID, it's just going to be invitation only. But we're proud that Governor Lee is going to be joining us for that grand opening.
Every time I talk to you, I'm impressed not only with the growth that you're finding across the board at Cleveland State, but also about the practical way you seem to approach your student body there. You can really have kind of whatever collegiate experience you're seeking. If you want to come for a couple of years and transition to 4 years, you can do that. But if you want more of a trade, if you will, you can find that there as well. So in this Health and Science Center, what are students going to be able to take advantage of course-wise?
Well, of course, we're going to have our nursing program in there. We've been doing that for over 50 years here at Cleveland State. An excellent program, but it's about time that they had a new home because the demand for RNs right now is tremendously high. We also have our medical assisting program in this new building, along with EMT and paramedic programs. But we're also putting all of our life sciences, those laboratories, right there in that building, so they're very accessible because those courses are always needed for those health-related programs.
You're doing something too, this interests me, because very often when you're going to school, it's kind of theoretical learning. This is very much real-life learning, so much so that for your medical assistant students, they're going to have kind of a real-life medical office where they'll go to class.
Yeah, this is simulation to the nth degree. We have a simulated hospital in there for the nursing program. It looks like you're walking into an ER where there's multiple patient rooms with all the equipment that you can imagine in those hospital rooms. And then there's actually a control room where faculty members can talk to students while they work on the simulators. And then a medical assistant, it's like you're walking into a doctor's office. So we simulate the very different jobs that a medical assistant would have in a doctor's office. And the same thing in EMT and paramedic. We actually have simulated ambulances in each of those laboratories, as well as a real one sitting outside. So definitely getting that real world experience.
You also have real world students on your campus because you've got traditional kids coming out of high school who want the community college experience, but you've got adult workers who are going back to school as well, correct?
Yeah, we really are very comprehensive, not only in our programs, but in terms of our student body. And so adults make up about 25% of our student body. They were probably more affected by the pandemic than traditional age students just because they're more often working, they're more often having children and families to take care of, and that hit them pretty hard this past year. So we're very hopeful that we'll be moving out of that and looking forward to next fall. Not getting back to normal per se, but closer to what we considered normal, more face-to-face classes, more student engagement, and so we're preparing for that right now.
And to that point, then, before I let you run, do you have a master plan in mind where you hope to still maybe offer some things virtually for people who've enjoyed that option?
Oh, absolutely. I think we've learned through this process that there's always going to be a stronger niche for online learning. In many cases for us, that's a hybrid format where they might meet on campus once a week, but they do the rest of their instruction online. So that's kind of the best of both worlds.
I have to let you brag too. I promised you one last question, but I didn't tell the truth. Sorry. But I have to let you brag a little bit on the Cleveland community. You've had a lot of support to get you to this grand opening.
They really have been, and we've had some great donors across the board for this new facility. Our capital campaign was very successful, but it really meant a lot to us to have both our Cleveland City Council and our Bradley County Commission contribute to this project. And this is the first time we've ever asked them for a penny, and they stepped up and said, yes, we want to be a part of this and help support not only a $25 million construction project in our community, but to really support the career development of healthcare workers in our community for years to come.
Can people sign up right now for summer classes if they so choose?
Oh, absolutely. We're ready for that. We're prepared for summer. We're prepared for fall. And this is the time for those high school seniors to be making decisions. And so we hope they certainly will consider Cleveland State. And the same thing for adults. And I always want to remind them that they can take advantage of Tennessee Promise and reconnect that state program, those state programs that provide full coverage on their tuition. So you can't beat that.
All right. Well, thanks for bringing the prop of the hard hat and the smile that you always bring, and congratulations on the expansion.
Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.
Dr. Bill Seymour from Cleveland State Community College. You can find more about what they have to offer you online at clevelandstatecc.edu. You can also give them a call, 472-7141. Things are always growing up there. We're back after this.